Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Blanco the Slum. In today's video, I will be going over why the Salvage Yard has just passed the nightclub as the best passive income business in GTA Online. The nightclub has been the best passive income business for years. It's been a juggernaut in terms of passive income, but I think the Salvage Yard might be better, and I think that all of us as a whole, myself included, heavily underrated the Salvage Yard, and I'm gonna explain why in today's video. But of course, before we do that, you know the deal. Take 1 second of your time, go and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It only takes a few moments of your time. It really helps the video grow and how it performs in the YouTube algorithm. And chances are, if you're watching this video currently, you are not subscribed. But anyway, let's get into it, man. So anyway, first off, this business does have a safe just like the nightclub. The nightclub safe does take $50,000 in profit every 48 minutes, whereas the Salvage Yard is $24,000. But the key thing with the Salvage Yard is it has this nice, pretty tow truck over here in the corner, and that's going to be the money maker and the big difference maker, and why I personally think, and I hope you guys will see too after I explain in further detail, why the Salvage Yard / chop shop, whatever you want to call it, is better than the nightclub for passive income. Now, don't attack me. Don't come at me too hard in the comments, man. Give me a chance to explain. I know the nightclub is beloved by the community, but I think we might have found the new passive income god with the Salvage Yard. I think this business might be S tier and crucially underrated. So let me start explaining it, man. Let me get to the math behind it and why this is the best passive income. So the nightclub makes $50,000 every 48 minutes, meaning to reach max capacity of $250,000, it would take 4 hours of playing the game passively. Of course, 48 minutes equals 1 in-game day in Grand Theft Auto Online. So every 48 minutes, you get 50,000. It takes 4 hours to reach 250,000. We're going to go by million because obviously making $1 million in GTA is pretty much the standard and what you should be aiming for, and pretty much how profit is calculated by businesses. So to make $1 million with the nightclub safe, it would take 16 hours, right? Now, the nightclub also has a warehouse that produces money passively. For the warehouse to produce $750,000, this would take 20 hours. So between the warehouse and safe combined, in a total of 20 hours, you will have $250K from the safe and then $750K from the warehouse, combining for $1 million. And of course, if you are emptying your safe in this time, you do have the potential for 3 more fill-ups, which is another $750,000. So you're looking at $1,750,000 in 20 hours of passive time through your nightclub. And this is combining the nightclub warehouse and also the $50,000 every 48 minutes from the nightclub safe. So in total, in 20 hours, your maximum profit from a nightclub is anywhere from $1.7 million to at most $2 million, let's just say. Now, the Salvage Yard absolutely eclipses that and passes it by a mile. So the Salvage Yard will give you $24,000 every 48 minutes, but every 48 minutes, you can do 2 tow truck missions, which I am doing here on screen right now. Now, these tow truck missions, they will pay you a minimum. The lowest I've seen is $35,000 for the car once the parts are salvaged. So it could range anywhere from $35,000 to $80,000 for the car. For this example, we're only going to use the lower end, which is $35,000. We won't even get into the $80,000 because then the money is just even way more. So just to give the nightclub a fighting chance to beat the Salvage Yard, we'll just stick to the $35,000 payout, which, let's get into the math. So in 20 hours, if you do 2 tow truck jobs every 48 minutes, plus the safe combined, it will reach a total in 20 hours of $2,350,000 between the tow truck jobs and between the safe. So in 20 hours of passive play, you have the nightclub, which produces 1.7 to 2 million tops, and then you have the Salvage Yard, which at minimum is going to give you $2.3 million. It can produce even more. If you're getting multiple cars that are $60, $70, $75, $80,000 once they're salvaged, you're looking closer to $3 million in 20 hours of play, of passive play. And that's pretty much the math behind it, man. You could just calculate it yourself. $24,000 times that by 48 minutes into 20 hours. So you got to divide 20 hours by 48 minutes is 25 times. So 25 fill-ups of 24,000. And then on top of that, you do 35,000 twice every 48 minutes is $70,000 every 48 minutes. Divide that into 20 hours, and you reached a total of $2,350,000. And like I said, this is talking minimum. So to put it in simpler terms, again, just one final time, the nightclub in 20 hours can produce a max of $2 million, where the salvage yard at minimum can produce you $2.3 million in 20 hours. So do you guys still believe that the nightclub is the best passive income? I made a video recently doing a tier list of all the businesses in Grand Theft Auto Online for solo players, taking into accountability, sale missions, every single possible way to make money for the business, every little aesthetic that the business comes with. And I personally rank the salvage yard in the C tier, and I want to formally revoke that decision and place it. I wouldn't go as far as to say the S tier. I would probably say A+. I'll leave the decision up to you guys if it's better than the nightclub. I personally think it might be, based on my math. If all my calculations are correct, which I believe they are, I think the salvage yard might have actually eclipsed the nightclub in terms of passive income. We might not want to accept it as a community because the nightclub is beloved. I made most of my money through the nightclub. I probably made like $100 million in the nightclub, plus the warehouse. It's definitely a juggernaut in terms of passive income. But I think it's about time that somebody did the research and the math behind the salvage yard and really, looked into why this business was so expensive. And I think I'm starting to see why. If you take into account, the nightclub, we use the warehouse, which is another way to make money there. But if we take into account the vehicle robberies that you can do with the salvage yard, it only adds even more lopsided mathematics in favor of the salvage yard in terms of how much profit you can make from the business. And I don't know, like I said, I will leave it up to you guys in the comments down below. We can discuss if you think the salvage yard is better than the nightclub based on my math, if this changed your guys' opinion, if you thought the salvage yard was better, already before watching this video and you were already onto this whole, breakdown that I pretty much did in this video, then kudos to you. But yeah, man, I think we might be looking at the best passive income in Grand Theft Auto right now. It's and then on top of that, they're going to add a new feature where you're going to be able to keep the cars that we take in the robberies. Like, it's going to be awesome, man. The salvage yard is slowly becoming one of my favorite businesses. Doing the tow truck work is really fun. I could honestly do it for hours. Like, I spend, honestly, nowadays on GTA Online, most of the time, I'm just doing, like, tow truck work. It's really, really fun, and I actually really enjoy doing it. Of course, when the cops get on your tail during the tow missions, it's a little bit annoying. But outside of that, very, very, very good business, man. I've really been enjoying my time doing the tow work. Anyway, like I said, leave your comments and opinions down below if you think the salvage yard is a better passive income. I think it might be. But again, I'll leave it up to you guys and we'll see what the final decision is. Take 1 second, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. I really appreciate all your guys' help and support. And until the next video, peace out, boys.